Okay. I'm going to reshare my screen with you, and then we should be able to get started. Thank you guys so much for your patience.
No problem.
All right. Welcome, welcome. Again, I'm so glad you guys are here. My name is Bethany, and I am the operations manager with BrainChase. From here on out, you guys are now VIPs. Congratulations. This is my email address. It goes straight to my inbox, and this is also my cell phone number. So I invite you to take a screenshot or write down this information. Please feel free to use it. If you guys have any issues or concerns, you can direct them right to me, and I'll make sure that I drop what I'm doing in order to be able to help you guys. I am on Central Time, so unless it is a dire emergency, I'm going to ask you to keep your phone calls to roughly business time. I know all of you, live in different areas of the country, and so I'm going to leave that up to your discretion. But, no phone calls at midnight for me, if that's at all possible, please. So during this presentation, I'm going to go ahead and go over a little bit about what to expect from us, and then I'm going to do a pretty deep dive into our dashboards. So what to expect really over the next few days, because we start on Monday the 10th, which is so exciting. If you or someone else at your school has sent me your students' information, then you should have login information. Is there anybody on the call who does not have their students' information?
I'm not sure if I do. I know Raquel may. I'm not sure if she sent it to my email. I'm just getting home.
Okay.
I wasn't able to look at.
Okay, great. And what school is that with?
Arts Academy Charter School.
Okay. And Tony, how about you?
Yeah, I'm also not sure if I have it. I know we had just sent it in a couple days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but Emma might have that. So.
Okay, great. If you guys don't have it, reach out to me. I'll get you set up with whatever you need. The other thing to expect are adventure tools. So over the course of the chase, your students are going to be receiving 3 different adventure tools. The first one that they're going to get is this decoder medallion. The second one that they're going to receive is a surprise, and it's in this leather pouch here. And the third adventure tool that they're going to receive is this sundial. They will be, They will be individualized letters, so addressed directly to the student, dear Susie or dear Tony or whatever. And the students will be using these adventure tools to solve certain challenges. There'll be little clues in the letter that they get to figure out with the tools, and they will also use the adventure tools to sort of help figure out where the buried treasure is. Now, in any case that your students don't receive their adventure tool, number 1, please tell me right away so I can get those out to you. Number 2, we don't want any of our students to feel behind because they don't have their tools. So we have virtual tools for everything. So just know that none of your students are going to get behind if they don't receive their adventure tools. Any questions about that so far?
No.
Great. I'm going to go over our program schedule real quick. So on October 10th is when warm-up week begins. I will tell you that the requirements during warm-up week are much, much less than they are during the rest of the chase. The warm-up week is there for everyone to get used to their dashboard, to feel comfortable logging in and out, to feel comfortable with the technology, etc. It's a really great sort of introduction into the program. Beginning the week of the 17th is when we will start the actual chase. That's when clues will be in the animated videos, etc. You can also see that you'll need the decoder medallion during week 1. You'll need that mystery package during week 5, and you'll need the sundials in the very last week of the chase. A couple additional notes about our program schedule. Number 1, I have week 6 in here, but just know that we've received some feedback because this week, week 6, is Thanksgiving week. And so we've received some feedback that would make it difficult for some students to participate fully, etc. So week 6 is going to be a catch-up week. It'll essentially be an opportunity for students to catch up on all of their previous work. And I think that might make a little more sense once I show you the actual dashboard. Down here in week 7, I put meet early, and by early I mean early on in the week. Typically how our chases work is that for the most part you'll need, or your students will need, all of the clues in order to be able to find the buried treasure. Those last clues come out in this last week, so it never fails. The second we open up that last week, students are scrambling to get their academic work done so they can access that final video. So I just have learned that students really like to, Monday, the second it opens, to get started. So that's just my recommendation. Now I talked about how warm-up week, the academics were less as intense as the rest of the week. Each student will have 3 academic challenges on their dashboard. Again, I'm going to show you what that looks like in a moment. But each challenge takes roughly 30 minutes worth of work. I'm sorry, I thought I heard somebody needing access to the call. No, we're good. Okay. So just plan. I don't know what you guys are doing with your clubs, how many times you're meeting a week, etc. These are our suggestions. We suggest to meet daily or hour and a half twice a week, whatever you guys want to do. There's a number of ways you can do it. Again, I can't stress enough that you can make Brain Chase work no matter when and how often your club is meeting. But just know that they'll have about an hour and a half worth of academic work a week. Plus, there will be a bonus challenge and finding the clues in the videos and doing research around that. We will provide a weekly discussion guide for you. That'll give you a heads up as to what's coming up in the week, suggestions on ideas as to what your students can be working on, what supplies they may need. If you do choose to meet daily, I just want to again make the suggestion that you have a couple of things in your back pocket for the students to do in case they're waiting on us. Us on the back end. So have the students look for additional clues, have them do the research on what the clues mean. They could expand any projects that they've been working on, maybe they have some homework they need to do, etc. I don't think you guys as guides will need to do a whole lot of prep, but again, just have those things in your back pocket so you in case a student needs something to do, in case they're all caught up on Brain Chase. Any questions for me so far? Okay, great. The treasure hunt. There is a real buried treasure somewhere in the earth right now. That treasure is the Sunstone of Cortez. It looks just like this. It's plated in real gold. It is somewhere in the earth. It's real. The first student or team to locate the buried treasure on a digital map within 2 miles receives that golden treasure and $10,000. A question that I get asked often is, well, I'm working on a team and we have 10 students on our team. How does that work? The prize is still the same. There's still one of these and $10,000. Brain Chase essentially provides travel for 1 student and 1 adult to go get the prize. That being said, we leave it up to our teams to make your own decisions around that. My suggestion, which is just sort of based upon, like I used to work, for those of you who are familiar with robotics, I used to run the first robotics program in Central Texas. And we had teams move forward and couldn't afford the travel themselves. So they went to their local businesses and asked for sponsorship for travel. And it worked out beautifully. I cannot imagine a local business not supporting their local kids who just want an academic challenge. I mean, that it would just be silly for the business to not support that. So anyway, I just want to be clear and that the prize will still be the same. And if the team wins, I'm happy to sort of help you try to figure out some local fundraising ideas or how to get the whole team to go. Any questions about that at all? Okay, great. Then I'm going to keep moving here. Oh, good. We are going to move into the dashboard. This is my favorite part. Your students are going to go to brainchase.com and they're going to click on this login button here. It's actually going to take them to app.brainchase.com, so of course your students are more than welcome to go there if they'd like. They're going to type in their username and their password. So the very first dashboard that I'm going to show you here is our student dashboard. I'm going to go over it in general, and then I'll sort of dive into the academic challenges. So you can see here at the top where to kind of toggle between different things that the students can do on their dashboard. The treasure hunt button here and find the treasure are the same thing. There's a countdown clock here as to how much time you have until the next week becomes available. And down here per week are academic challenges. I'm going to go up here to find the treasure. So each student, if students are working as individuals and not within a team, each student can make a guess as to where the buried treasure is every 24 hours. Each team will select a team captain, and I'll show you how to do that momentarily, and that team captain can place the guess every 24 hours. You guys are more than welcome to change the team captain as many times as you would like. But again, the team as a whole can only make one guess every 24 hours. Now, something I didn't mention earlier, how does working within a team look different than working with individuals? What I have seen work best within teams is that each student will still be responsible for their own academic work through their dashboard, but the teams get to work together on solving the bonus challenge and finding the clues and doing research on the clues, etc. So that may be some decision making that your team wants to do together. Again, we kind of let you guys decide and troubleshoot around that. If you're running into an impasse or confused on how it may work, I'm always here to answer your questions. So any questions about pinpointing? And let me also say, the treasure could literally be anywhere in the world. We've previously buried it in Spain, Japan, New Orleans, and Norway. So your guess is as good as mine. I don't get to know where the buried treasure is. So if your students start asking me, I really and truly don't know where it is. Your guess is as good as mine. I will be working the puzzles along with you to see if I can solve it. Any questions about the pinning the treasure on here? Okay.
No.
Great. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And we've added this link called the bulletin board. This is where we're going to put basic program updates. This is a good thing, and this link is available on all of the dashboards that I'm going to show you. It's a good place to check every once in a while just to kind of see what we're talking about. I don't think there's going to be any additional clues. I'm 99% sure there's not going to be additional clues here. More just information that you may need to know. The support button is also great. Again, this is the student dashboard. So students, I want to encourage you to encourage the students to go to this support link if they're stuck. These FAQs here will be updated in real time. So anything our customer service team is hearing, most often they will go here. They can, if they still don't know the answer, they can visit our FAQ page. And if they still don't know the answer, they are welcome to send a message to our customer service team. I gave you guys my information, and if you guys have any questions or concerns, please feel free to get a hold of me through my information. But if it's one of your students who has a question, I encourage them to utilize our customer service team. All right, now let's get into the really fun stuff, the academics. You can see down here that I'm on week 3, as it says here. So I'm going to scroll down to week 3. If I click on any one of these academic challenges, it's not doing anything. And the reason that is because I haven't watched the video yet to make them available to me. So I'm going to trick the system into thinking that I'm watching the video because I don't want to give any clues away. So now what you're going to see when I close this video is that the icons for my academic challenges are going to light up and become available. Great. Now I can do my academic work for the week. I'm going to show you, I chose these 3 specifically because they really cover most of our academic challenges and kind of how they work. I'm going to start with math first. I will say that our math challenge is the one that trips up most of our students. So I really want to encourage you to please stop me if you have any questions. Now on all of our pages, it's going to greet me by name. It's going to tell me what I need to do for the week. And you'll see that this bar is going to move up when I get my points. So I'm going to scroll down here and it gives very specific instructions as to what it is that I need to do. There's even a little thing that'll help me if I'm having trouble. I can click on it here. And we do weekly tips as well. If your students aren't necessarily being challenged, I encourage them to look at the tip. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is click this green button that says Link to Khan Academy. It's going to open up khanacademy.org. This is the first very important step. The students need to sign in with the information that is listed here. The points will not transfer if they use a different account. So it needs to be this one. So let's see, Bethany Brain Chase and password Brain Chase. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to go to sign in, Bethany Brain Chase. Great, here I am on Khan Academy. Students can study anything that they would like on Khan Academy. Any math subject on Khan Academy. A 4th grader can study linear algebra if they so choose, or arithmetic. It is about the number of points, not necessarily effort. So to show you how this works, I'm going to go into early math, counting, and I'm going to count in order. 2, 3, 4. For those of you not familiar with Khan Academy, students love Khan Academy because it's gamified. It's got all kinds of fun noises and videos, and there's all kinds of cool things that can happen within Khan Academy. Awesome. I have learned 125 energy points. Here is the next important point when it comes to Khan Academy. I'm going to leave this tab open. I'm going to go back to my Brain Chase page and I'm going to click refresh. You'll see that my 125 points came up here, which is awesome. It also tells me how many more points I need in order to finish the challenge for this particular week. Again, make sure that this tab stays open when your students go to refresh their pages here. Also, when they're finished with Khan Academy, who knows, next time they do it, they may be working on a different computer. So they're going to need to go over here and sign out of their account so they're not earning points on their friend's account. Any questions about math, Khan Academy?
No, it's not good.
Okay. Great. Now what you'll see are these 3 little dots down here. That means I'm working on it. I'm working on my math challenge. It's not yet complete, but I'm doing something with it. Now I chose cooking to show you because it's one of our project-based challenges that includes engineering and art, all of them project-based. So again, very similar layout. It's going to group me by name. It's telling me what I'm doing today. With this particular one, again, very specific instructions here. Essentially, I watch the video and recreate what's going on in the video is largely what these instructions say. Then what I'm going to do, as you can see in step 5, I'm going to get a picture of my project. In this particular case, it's an apple parfait, and I'm going to upload it to the page or post it on social media. So I can go down here and post and give the link for the social media post, or I can upload the image. So I'm going to choose a file here. There we go. Color wheel of death, sorry. Okay. And I'm going to choose an image here. I'm going to choose upload. Great, so my picture is now uploaded. This is my apple parfait. Now, guides, I'm going to tell you, but not necessarily the students, that in this area here, we actually don't have a minimum word count. I want to encourage your students to really tell us about what they did. We don't necessarily need a play-by-play, but what did they like? Did it taste good? Had they eaten it before? Did they learn anything? Really put some substance in here. That's what we like to see anyway. But for this purpose, I'm not doing my best work. Okay, so I'm going to hit submit here. Okay, so my submission has been saved. Now with our project-based electives, what happens is that submission that I just put in is now going to be reviewed by teachers. We have certified teachers who review these types of submissions. Basically what they're looking for is, has effort been put into the project? If effort has been put in, then they're gonna pass. That's great. Brain Chase is fun. We don't want to chastise students by any means. So they're going to pass if they've done original work and they're putting an effort into what they're doing. If we find that the photo is taken from the internet or they're doing something that, you know, we ask them to do baked apple parfaits and instead they send me a photo of the cereal that they ate this morning. Well, that is not going to pass, and we'll ask the students to do it again. And actually, if I scroll down, you can see I wouldn't pass because I uploaded a picture of the haircut that I want. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my dashboard here. And you can see now this little hourglass. That means that I've done everything that I can do, but I'm just waiting, hence hourglass, to hear back from the teachers. The last academic challenge that I want to show you is reading, largely because it is a very popular option for a lot of our schools. So I'm going to click on the reading module. Again, same layout, tells me exactly what I need to do. I've got the little bar here. I've got specific instructions. Just like Khan Academy, I'm going to click on this green button where it says link to Google Books. Now, Our reading option is, our online reading option is through Google Books, not Google Play, it's through Google Books. All of the books on Google Books are public domain. So I have heard feedback from a number of teachers and students who feel that they cannot find something to read on here that they're interested in. That's more than fine. Students are more than welcome to read offline. I will show you exactly how to log those minutes in just a moment. But let's pretend that the student wants to read The Three Little Kittens. This works largely the same as Khan Academy. So I'm going to pretend that I'm reading The Three Little Kittens. Okay, reading. Very good. Now if I go back to my reading home, you can see that I've read for a whole minute. And I still need to read another 29 minutes. Any questions about that at all?
Do you only read on Google Books?
If the students want to read through our dashboard where the minutes directly go back here automatically, then yes. But I will show you what to do if your students choose to read their own library book or from a different website or whatever. Other questions? Okay. One more thing that I want to show you on the student dashboard. Once I have completed a challenge, I will get this green check mark. That means that I'm done. Bonus challenge, I don't think, yeah, I didn't think so. Let me go back here. Just to give you a general idea as to what the bonus challenges look like. This is an old bonus challenge from a completely different chase, but all of our bonus challenges are very puzzle oriented. It'll be, the students will be using their brains to solve the bonus challenge, but it's very puzzle oriented. I don't want to tell you much more about that because it's fun to see what they are every week. Okay, now, so I'm still on week 3. Notice how I can't watch this second video yet. It says I need to complete the challenges in order to unlock this video. This entire dashboard is linear. So I would need to finish these academic challenges in order to watch this video. I would need to watch this video in order to make this one available. I would need to watch this video in order to make these challenges available, etc. So again, it's very, very linear. Now, when I was talking about catch-up week, some students may struggle and get behind. That is okay. We have set up Brain Chase so students can operate and learn at their own level and pace. Students are always welcome to catch up as long as that particular week is available, but they'll never be able to work ahead. So when I mentioned that the second to last week is a catch-up week, maybe, let's see, 6 weeks. Okay, so maybe let's say in the second to last week of the chase, they're still on week 4. That's fine. They can work through week 4 and work through week 5 in order to be ready for week 6 to come available. Does that make sense to everyone? Can you guys still hear? Okay, good. I wanted to make sure I didn't lose you. You guys can still hear me okay, right?
Yep.
Wonderful. Okay. That is my basic overview of the student dashboard. Any questions on the student dashboard before I dive kind of into what your guys' dashboards look like? Okay, very good. So there's two different versions of kind of the adult dashboards. I'm going to show you both. How your accounts are set up are going to depend on which one or which ones you get access to. If you have questions about that, we'll work it out on an individual basis, but I'm going to go ahead and show you both here. So first I'm going to show you what the parent dashboard looks like. All right, this is the parent dashboard. This area right here, this student passbook section, is what is the most important about the student passbook. Basically, this student passbook area will list every single student's username and password. So this is an important screen to have, especially if you guys are working as a team. Now, if I want to change things as to what my kid is doing, I'm going to go to Edit Profile here. Here is where I can change pretty much anything and everything I want as far as what my student is doing. So I can change their grade. If I uploaded the birth date wrong, I can change it there. I can change their password. Maybe a student is moving and we need to update their address. Any additional information that we may need to know about your students. For example, if they're taking our writing module and you have a dyslexic student, really, or any kind of LD student, then let us know. And that's good information for us to have so we can interact with your students as best as we possibly can. Also down here are where your students will be able to change electives. Again, this is kind of very case-by-case basis depending on what your school has purchased for your students. But if I want my student to do engineering instead of cooking, I can click engineering here because that's available to me. I can unclick cooking and hit save. That is an immediate change on my student's dashboard. It'll show up right away. So again, this here is the major benefit and really the only reason that you guys would need a parent account. I'm now going to go ahead and show you what the guide account looks like, which is just a little different. Okay, this looks very similar, of course, but down here is what's different. All of your students will be listed here. And if I go to weekly reports, it's basically going to give me a bird's eye view as to where that student is at, both in the week and in general over the course of the chase. So in looking at the summary, this particular student hasn't guessed for the treasure. The chase as a whole is on week 9, but Bethany's on week 3. Okay, so she's a little behind. That's good to know. She hasn't done her engineering challenge yet. Let's see. She's read just over a minute for reading, but she's reading The Three Little Kittens. I may need to talk to her about that and challenge her on a more difficult book. Okay, but she's got 125 points in her math, and we haven't done the bonus yet. See, so I really like the guide dashboard because it'll be easy for you guys to kind of switch in between your students to see where each one of them is in their academics. Also down here are 2 other sections that are going to be important to you guys as guides. The first one being the manually add data. Remember how I said your students can read offline if they so choose, or read a digital book from a different website? This is how you will manually add those minutes. So if my student Bethany read Treasure Island for 30 minutes in a hard copy, I can simply go here, type in 30 minutes, and add data. Again, that is an immediate add. Like, it will show up on the student dashboards right away. We have overrides for reading, typing, and yoga. Of course, this is honor system for the guides, so we ask you to respect that honor system in the minutes that you're adding. Also down here is where you can choose the team captain. As a reminder, the team captain is the one that can place the pinpoint for the buried treasure on behalf of the team. Again, you can change this team captain as many times as you want, and your team as a whole still gets 1 guess every 24 hours. Both the parent and the guide dashboards also have these FAQs and different avenues in which to reach out to our customer service team. But like I said, you guys are welcome to reach out to me directly if you'd like. Okay, thus ends the training for this evening. I am open to any questions you may have.
No, seems good.
Okay. The rest of you guys okay? Do you have any questions for me?
Not at the moment.
All right. Well, good.
No.
Good. Then I've done my job well. Thank you all again so much for joining me this evening. I really appreciate it. I know it's late for some of you, especially after a long day of teaching. Best of luck to you in the chase. And let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Thank you, Bethany, so much.
You're welcome. Thank you all. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.